Hello, and welcome to the Kensington Sales Group series on prospecting for government clients. My name is Sarah McKinley, and I'm joined today by my colleague, Evan Bender. We wanted to talk to you today about one of the more common objectives we face when agencies are being resistant to change. Evan, if you'd like to jump right into it and share some of your thoughts on how you've had success overcoming that challenge.
Yeah, it's certainly one of the big ones, right? Like we're comfortable doing what we're doing. I don't see a real need for that, and it's where you kind of have to show what your product, your technology is really able to do for them in their position. But they really are resistant to change. Really, if you understand why they're resistant, I think that helps you kind of overcome that objection. Some of the main ones we've seen is certainly there's a lot of time involved. They're short-staffed to begin with, and you have to ease their mind on how much time they're going to have to commit whenever they are buying whatever it is that you're offering. But they are envisioning a ton of their time being spent on onboarding the technology, not only themselves, but having to train staff. Some of these things can be city or county wide, and they have to train every single person on how to utilize it. And that's a pretty big ask. And so be prepared to kind of answer those questions and make them feel much better about implementing that. Another one that we've seen about kind of related to this is there's the concern that any new technology can make their role somewhat obsolete, either pushing them out of a job, which doesn't happen as often, or just forcing them to have a role change, which is scary, right? We all like being comfortable what we're doing for the most part, and that is a concern of theirs. And then I know I'm certainly like this. Once you get used to a certain system or technology, it's hard to change. You're used to doing it. You build in your own efficiencies, even if you know there's something potentially better out there. You're just comfortable doing what you're doing. That's kind of one piece of it is just understanding those reasons. And then in terms of overcoming those, one thing we found is being empathetic, right? Like letting them know, hey, I know here's the things that I might be assuming are some challenges you have. You might be assuming this is going to take up a lot of your time. Here's exactly how long our implementation is. Here is the time I'm going to need from you, if any. And just being really empathetic toward these challenges, knowing they work with a tight budget, knowing they're understaffed, knowing they don't have a lot of time to commit to this. Just being really empathetic goes a long way into helping them feel good about the relationship that you're building.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree on empathy really being the kind of most important thing when it comes to talking with government. Um, to take that even further, I would say if they work in law enforcement or even utilities, thanking them for what they do and for serving their communities can certainly go a long way to show that your company isn't there to just make money and you genuinely care about making their job less stressful, making their day easier, and you really understand the role that they have. Um, and I would also even go back to what you said about, when it comes to onboarding or time it takes to train staff, highlighting if you have a really strong customer support team to really help ease that transition. Um, Also, showing that you have a deep understanding of their role by maybe highlighting the fact that um, if your software product was built by people who once worked in that industry, or if you have people at the company who once worked in that industry, that we've certainly seen really, their ears perk up at that when it's somebody who actually has done what they do and can know, okay, this will make your day easier. This will save you time. And a lot of times, if they work long hours, highlighting how much time they'll save. That's another great one, rather than things like how much money they'll save or make as you would in B2B sales. Um, those are definitely some things that I've found helpful on my side. But ultimately, on top of empathy, I think being patient with them. Some people are going to take a little bit more time to warm up to what you're selling them. So definitely, rather than pushing them to take that demo or discovery call, I think sometimes just saying, "Hey, let me send you an email, and you take your time to look this over, and I'll follow up with you in 2 days, 3 days, and we'll see if it makes more sense to have a call then."
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think this was a good start. I think we have some good ideas on some of the big objections that we constantly hear, but this is probably the biggest one, especially if you're a technology based product, getting somebody to be comfortable making any kind of change, it's just hard to do. So thanks for setting this up. I really appreciate this. I hope everybody found this helpful. If you're interested in talking with us more, check out our website. It's www.kensingtonsalesgroup.com. We can also put a link in the YouTube description as well for a link to our calendars if you want to chat further. Thanks for joining, and we'll share more content soon. Have a good day.